to clarify misunderstanding, and to allay fears and apprehensions with scientific facts and with empirical data. Let me begin by addressing again the Filipino people. We at Sanofi Pasteur assure each and every one of you that dengue is and continues to be a safe and effective vaccine. We affirm that to this date, the dengue vaccine offers and has clearly been shown to offer persistent protection against dengue infection, which is undeniably beneficial to the Philippines, a country with one of the highest dengue endemicity in the world, with about 150,000 to 200,000 reported cases of dengue disease every year. And I'm here just talking about the reported cases. Dengue is the result of over 20 years of rigorous scientific research and development. This included clinical trials involving more than 40,000 people in 25 studies across 15 countries. The protocols of these clinical trials satisfied Philippine FDA regulations and requirements, were endorsed by various national agencies and international experts all over the world, in full compliance with no less than the guidelines of the WHO. As a consequence, in December 2015, dengue vaccine was registered in the Philippines after being registered in Mexico. Since then, dengue vaccine has been registered in 19 countries in Latin America and Asia, and is actually used in 11 countries, in private or in public markets. It is still under new registration in new countries. It has been since able to provide sustained protection to over 1 million people all over the world, and even today, there has been no report in death causally linked to the vaccine in clinical trials or post-registration. 2 weeks ago, Sanofi Pasteur, on its own initiative and in full transparency, immediately shared with the Department of Health and with food and drug authorities of all over the world newly discovered information that came to light only after almost 2 years following the registration of the vaccine by the Philippines FDA. This updated information, which was learned as a result of Sanofi Pasteur's activities conducted as a matter of best scientific practice, shows that seronegative persons have a 0.2% increased risk of getting what you could see as traditional dengue symptoms, such as fever, low platelet count, or nose or gum bleeding, so-called grade 1 or grade 2 dengue fever. Despite this updated information, which prompted Sanofi Pasteur to apply for a label update, it is important for the public to understand that the vaccine continues to be safe and effective. The latest results also show that dengue vaccine has a sustained and longer protective effect on seropositive people. Those constitute the overwhelming 90% of the population of the Philippines above 9 years of age. Hence, with dengue vaccine, the greater majority of these people will be protected, not just for 1 year or for 3 years, but for 6 years. It is indeed perhaps because of the clear benefit of sustained protection that, even after the latest findings, healthcare practitioners in countries where dengue vaccine is marketed and used continue to send orders for our vaccine to this very day. Thus, contrary to some report, there is no worldwide scare. We hope that these facts enlighten your owners and your constituents to the truth, that dengue vaccine is safe and effective, and that there is no cause for fear or alarm. Your Honours, it is an inescapable truth that in the Philippines, dengue is not just a risk. It is a reality. It's not isolated, it is endemic. As such, the Philippines stand to benefit most from dengue vaccine. To permanently remove the vaccine from the Philippine market on the basis only of the reported 0.02% increased risk at the overall population level of getting traditional non-dengue symptoms will be a regression in the country's approach to solving a major public health concern and a disservice to the Filipino people. Doing so would in effect leave 90% of the population above 9 years of age, at the mercy of a disease which has found to be preventable. According to WHO itself, next to clean water, no single intervention has had so profound an effect on the prevention and control of infectious disease than the widespread introduction of vaccines. All of us present here today, parents, legislators, doctors and health professionals alike, share the same objective: to bring the truth to light, to shatter misconceptions, and to assuage fears. With these goals in mind, Sanofi Pasteur is ready, willing to cooperate in this inquiry, and is actually welcoming it. Thank you.
Mr. Chair.
Yes, please. Please proceed.
May I know where is Mr. Gerard Paez, Executive Affairs Director of Sanofi Pasteur, and Dr. Anne Wartel?
Ms. Paez is no longer with the organization, Your Honor.
Oh, since when?
I can check that and provide the fact for a few months. I will gather the fact with my team and provide this information to you.
And the other one?
Ms. Anne Wartel is traveling to Thailand today to discuss these latest findings with other authorities.
Based on your statement, you said that the vaccine, dengue, is safe and effective.
That is correct, Your Honor.
Okay, so I have a copy here of the November 29, 2017. This is your statement, declaration. I will not read everything, but I will just pick up some lines here. For those not previously infected by dengue virus, however, the analysis found that in the long term, more cases of severe disease could occur following vaccination upon a subsequent dengue infection. So this is in contradiction with your statement that your vaccine is still safe and effective.
No, Your Honor, it's not in contradiction. Why? Because every single adverse event is, as soon as identified, is updated into the label. There is no such thing as any drug or any vaccine that has no adverse events. So it's the work of the manufacturer to actually make sure that we identify adverse events and we report them. What we're saying when we're saying the vaccine is safe and effective, it's looking at its overall positive impact on the population in endemic countries above 9 years of age, 9 to 45, where it's licensed in the Philippines, for example. There is a registration, and its impact overall at the population level is safe and effective. But of course, that's when the product is used as per the product label.
Mr. Chair, may I interject to the question of Congresswoman Swansing? You mentioned in that advisory that you're asking the health officials, government health officials, to change the labeling of your vaccines, right? And why do you want to do that?
Because, as of the latest findings identified in November 2017, we immediately notified, as for any drug, as for any vaccine for which there is monitoring, which is the traditional case, each time we discover new adverse events, we do report them immediately, both to the health authorities or to DOH, which is what we have done in November 2017.
Can you cite what particular adverse events you find out during that analysis?
Are you referring to the latest November 2017 findings?
Yes.
So in the November 2017 findings, and as per the press release that has been communicated by the company throughout the world, we have identified an increased risk of exactly 0.2% of the seronegative population. So if we look at the population of the Philippines, for example, above 9 years of age, which is the age indication for this product, what we have identified, to be extremely precise with everybody, is an increased risk of 0.2% within 10% of the population to observe what is dengue severe disease as defined grade 1 and grade 2 by the WHO classification, i.e. traditional dengue symptoms such as dengue fever, bleeding from the gum or from the nose, and low platelet counts, Your Honor.
Which means patients can go into dengue hemorrhagic shock.